Hello and welcome. In today's explainer, we're diving into an ancient text with a storyline and meaning that are just as relevant right now as they were thousands of years ago. We're going to explore the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, a breathtaking philosophical journey that starts with one mighty warrior's deep internal struggle and expands outward into the most profound secrets of the universe. Let's get right into it.
We'll start by dropping right into a remarkably intense emotional reality. Picture this. Arjuna, the absolute greatest, most powerful warrior of his time, is standing on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But instead of fighting, he's hit by a massive moral crisis. He's so overwhelmed with grief that he literally throws down his bow and arrows and collapses into the back of his chariot. This isn't just normal battlefield jitters, this is a complete, paralyzing psychological breakdown.
Part 1. The Battlefield Crisis and a Warrior's Doubt.
The stark reality captured in this ancient text really drives home the sheer depth of Arjuna's despair. He flat out tells Lord Krishna, "I will not fight," and then he just goes completely silent. And honestly, that heavy silence speaks volumes about the conflict tearing him apart.
So, what's causing all this anguish? Arjuna asks a gut-wrenching question. How can he possibly fight people worthy of his deepest reverence? We're talking about his beloved grandfather Bhishma and his revered teacher Drona. How do you shoot arrows at the people who raised and taught you? It's an incredibly real, deeply human dilemma right at the core of this holy text, and it's something we can all instantly empathize with.
Part 2. An Ancient, Forgotten Wisdom.
Now, instead of just giving a quick fix to the crisis at hand, Lord Krishna shifts the whole narrative to the cosmic past. He reveals the timeline of this supreme, ancient science of yoga. He says he taught this at the very beginning of creation to the sun god Vivaswan. It was passed down to Manu, then known to ancient royal sages. But over vast stretches of time, this profound wisdom was lost to the world. And now, Krishna is revealing it once again to Arjuna.
You might be wondering, and Arjuna was definitely wondering, how does that timeline make any sense? Arjuna points out the obvious. Krishna was born recently, but the sun god is incredibly ancient. So how could Krishna have taught him? Krishna's answer is mind-bending. He explains that they have actually both lived many, many times. The only difference, Krishna remembers every single birth, while Arjuna has forgotten them.
This leads right into one of the most powerful and famous assurances in the entire Gita. Krishna declares his cosmic purpose to maintain the balance of the universe. He promises that whenever righteousness declines and darkness rises, he literally bodies himself forth. He is born from age to age, purely for the protection of the virtuous and the restoration of order.
Part 3. The Paths to Liberation.
Moving into the core science of the intellect and action from Chapter 2, there's a fascinating comparison to be made. On one side, you have the determinate intellect. This is a mind laser-focused on one single ideal, concentrated entirely on the divine. On the flip side is the undecided mind. This one is ignorant, tossed around by endless desires, and scattered in a million different directions, easily distracted by flowery words and temporary worldly power.
Then, in Chapter 5, Krishna breaks down a common point of confusion, the choice between renouncing all action versus the yoga of action, which is actually doing the work. While both can lead to the highest bliss, Krishna gives some deeply practical advice. He says performing action without attachment is actually the superior path. The key takeaway here? You don't need to abandon the world, you just need to abandon your attachment to it.
And that brings us to this absolutely crucial point. True freedom happens when you slash through those worldly doubts with the sword of wisdom. If you dedicate all your actions and the results of your work entirely to the divine, those actions no longer bind you. You become truly free.
Part 4. The Cosmic Vision Revealed.
Okay, let's slow down for a second, because we're about to hit the breathtaking climax in Chapter 11. Krishna tells Arjuna that physical human eyes simply cannot comprehend what he's about to show him. So, in an incredible act of grace, Krishna bestows divine vision, literally giving Arjuna cosmic eyes, so he can witness Krishna's incomprehensible, sovereign, universal form.
The description of this vision is just stunning. Arjuna gasps, saying he sees all the gods within Krishna's body. Brahma on his lotus seat, infinite forms stretching everywhere with countless arms, mouths, and eyes. You can really feel the sheer awe and, honestly, the terrifying majesty of this infinite, luminous revelation. The entire universe is contained right there before him.
What makes this even more profound is how rare this experience is. Krishna emphasizes that this form cannot be seen by studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, or doing extreme penance. It's impossible to earn this view. It was a pure, unmerited act of divine grace, granted to Arjuna simply because he was a devoted friend.
Part 5. The Essence of Devotion.
Bringing us back down from those overwhelming cosmic heights, Arjuna asks a deeply relatable question in Chapter 12. He essentially wants to know, what's the best, most effective approach here? Who is the better yogi? The one who worships the manifest, personal form of God, or the one who meditates on the formless, unmanifested absolute?
Krishna offers a wonderfully comforting answer. While both paths can get you there, focusing on the unmanifest, formless absolute is incredibly difficult and full of tribulations for us mere mortals. The swiftest, most direct way across the ocean of mortal existence? Supreme faith and unwavering love for the personal God. Just dedicating all your actions to the divine and fixing your mind solely on Him.
Part 6. The Ultimate Resolution. As we head toward the resolution in Chapter 18, we look at the 3 types of intellect. There's tamasi, or ignorance, wrapped in darkness, which mistakes wrong for right. There's rajasi, or passion, which is totally confused about duty. But then there is the sattvika intellect, goodness. This is the understanding that sustains the mind through unswerving meditation. And it's exactly this sattvic clarity that Arjuna desperately needed to finally cut through his grief.
We then get this beautiful reflection from Sanjaya, the narrator who has been recounting this entire event. He says that by sheer grace, he heard this supreme, most secret yoga directly from Krishna, and just remembering this wonderful dialogue makes him rejoice again and again. His joy really mirrors the incredible spiritual upliftment and deep peace that you're meant to feel after absorbing this truth. So what does this all mean for us today? The battlefield of Kurukshetra isn't just an ancient historical site. It's a profound metaphor for our daily lives. As you face the battles, the moral crises, and the doubts in your own life, which path will you choose to cut through the noise? Will it be the path of action, knowledge, or devotion? Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible philosophical journey. Keep reflecting on that, and we'll see you next time.